Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo, and as usual today we'll be talking about some interesting audio gear. I decided to make a small break from few releases, but don't worry, we'll get back to them really soon. And today we'll be talking about really interesting new things that appeared last year. It's true wireless earphones made by Devialet. I hope I pronounced their name correctly, and it's Gemini 2. I did a review of first version of Gemini a long time ago, and actually it was earphones with unique sounds that didn't remind anything else, because it was really natural and really realistic. The Devialet are well known as creators of some Bluetooth speakers, of course pretty premium ones, and they use a lot of digital signal processing in their models. So Gemini 2 is successor of the first Gemini. They've addressed some problems or drawbacks of the first model, so they improved active noise cancelling. They say they improved microphone, added better control with control application, added wireless charging, and actually improved sound, probably. We'll see that in this video. Also, price became noticeably bigger, and actually it's pretty refreshing at $450. It's of course pretty high, but actually let's find out how justified is that in terms of sound quality. Work time is about 5 hours on single charge and up to 22 with case. Not the biggest numbers nowadays, but as I already said, here actively used digital signal processing. Also here used 10mm driver with titanium coating, so really good idea for the most balanced sound. Also they promise in-house developed noise cancellation, transparency mode, and active wind reduction. It supports aptX codecs, and also they state IPX4 sweat resistance, so at least they won't be damaged by you sweating. So let's have a closer look. When it comes to the package, what I really like about the Devialet is that they didn't try to make more value with some huge or premium packaging. It's a pretty small, compact box without any extra useless features. What I don't like that much is that it's a one-way unboxing, because you have to tear away seal here, actually really nice, nicely tuned force of tearing, and also you'll have to tear this paper part here, because it also works as a seal, allowing you to ensure that no one penetrated this box before you, no one didn't left the germs on this true wireless earpieces. So here, bonjour, it's quick start guide, really nice touch, like it. And here we getting set of tips and short USB Type-C charging cable, and should it open? So from the top side you getting, will they come out or not? Oh, it opens this way, so nice packaging. You'll get 3 extra pair of tips, and as you can see they used oval tips with some unusual grid on the inner sides. As you can see, accessory set is pretty basic, but it's typical for the true wireless earphones, because you're getting tips, you're getting cable, and that's kind of standard option. So let's talk about the design, and to be honest, when I saw the design on videos and photos, I was underwhelmed. But in real life it looks pretty decent. So first of all, case is pretty weighty, and it's a pleasant weight. It has this good combination of dark polished metal and pleasant black plastic. Of course, this metal pad gathers fingerprints as hell, but it's the price you pay for the beauty. There are two versions like black and white for $450, and if I remember right, for $650 you can get like more premium version named Opera de Paris, with this stripe being plated with 24K gold and made in white plastic. But of course it's a bit doubtful idea. Here is USB-C for charging, here is a small LED to show the charge status, and also it supports wireless charging. If I remember right, first version also supported wireless charging, but not sure here. So, in terms of design, Devialet made case much smaller. I really miss this slider lid of the first version, but this case is much smaller, and probably it was an intentional idea to reduce its size. And here are earbuds themselves. So actually they have some similarity to to the first version in terms of design, but they also became smaller, providing a better fit into the ears. They made of pleasant black plastic. You can see big hole here, probably it's microphone or vent, not sure what is there, and also some grid here. And in terms of design, they are of course built inspired by Devialet Phantom speakers, fitting nicely into ears, at least into mine. Also, let's pull the tip. They used oval spout with some foam inside to work as a filter. 4 contacts on the inner side. They have sensor that detects that they are in ear or taken out. So I won't put this back. So spout is pretty short, but taking into account that these earpieces are fitting into your ear very tightly, the passive sound isolation is about average. Not the super, but pretty nice. Also control sensor, so you tapping these surfaces to activate or do something. And there are a lot of different options to remap the buttons. So rear and back, some small holes, probably it's microphones for noise cancellation or something like that. In general, I like this design, compact, pretty nice, holds well in the ears. I tried to shake my head and jump, so if you find the good fit, they will stay in ears reliably. Connection quality is really nice, they are connecting fast and they stay connected almost in any circumstances. So, as you can see, in terms of design and other things, in my opinion, they are strict, but doing their job really well. Here is control application. When I installed it, it forced me to register providing my email, and I don't really like that behavior for the earbuds control application. Here is how it looks when earpieces are in case. If you take them out, actually picture changes and you don't see the charge of the case, you see charge of earpieces only, and you can switch between cancellation and transparency. So also they ask me to rate their application right now. Here's app settings. You can change the product you've selected, your account, updates, help, rate this application, so on. Main settings for the earpieces themselves located here. You can change their Bluetooth name, you can change equalizer, as you can see 6-band equalizer, and it with some presets and custom settings, and it's pretty decent equalizer, allowing you to tweak the sound, for example, if you want to make them more basic. Also you can change stereo balance. You can really well remap touch controls for left and right earpiece. As you can see, double press and hold registered for change volume, and you can remap single tap, long press and hold, and double tap. And same for the right ear. There are a lot of options to choose from, so there is a really good freedom for customization. Smart pause, it's when you take them out of your ears, they pause the music. Also list of paired devices, enable disable multi-point connection, and tips about my product, help center, so that's it. From one hand, the application is relatively basic, from another hand, it gives you a decent equalizer and also a good amount of controls remapping, and those are the main features in my opinion. So here is our traditional microphone test. I'm recording this part of the video using built-in microphones of Devialet Gemini II. I won't apply here any gain correction or equalization, so this part will traditionally give you an idea of how their microphones sound. And of course, let's talk about the most important thing, the sound. Of course, Bluetooth codecs are still lossy and limited, but Devialet Gemini 2 probably does the best job in terms of overcoming these limitations. They really did some signal, I don't know, reconstruction, interpolation, or just some kind of digital signal processing to like bring back some of that missing parts. Of course, not bring them back, it's more like reconstruct or like reimagine them, but result is pretty impressive. So you getting pretty deep bass with nice sense of punch. Maybe it's not the most bass heavy earphones, but amount of punch they deliver with basic tracks, for me it's more than enough. And at the same time, when it comes to something more refined, like more delicate, you're getting good amount of details and overtones. Bass is prominent, pretty foundational when it's necessary, so in my opinion, good bass. So example is here, and I thought what to take here. First I thought about something like Musica Nuda, because double bass sounds really good with these earphones. But then I thought that I'd like something, you know, more bassy, because low frequencies here are nice. And then of course I remembered Massive Attack Mezzanine album and track exchange. Lot of different bass here, both synthesized and some acoustic bass present also, or electric bass guitar, not sure, but some kind of more realistic bass with good sense of strings is present here. And of course some pop genre sounds really well, so pretty universal and surprisingly well performing. And also still keep in mind that you can easily change the amounts of low frequencies via equalizer. Mids are detailed, pretty resolving, of course not maximum resolution, not to be compared with wireless earphones, but still good amount of details, but with slight focus on them, but not too much. And what is more important here, compression artifacts on mid frequencies are almost absent here, despite of slight micro contrast focus. This true wireless earphones allows you to hear the difference between different masterings and stuff like that. Of course, like they are promoted as suiting for classical music, for instrumental, and I can agree here. Of course, it won't be the perfect way, but probably the best possible way in the true wireless segment. Nice vocals, pretty saturated violins and other instruments, sounding pretty natural, musical and effortless. Imaginary stage is above average, not super huge, but nicely built. I have a feeling that they also do something to enhance sound stage and enhance different three-dimensional effects. If you listen to some old music where people like to play with stereo panning and other interesting things, it sounds also really engaging. And example for the mids will be this one. It's pretty famous test track. It's Libertango by Trio de Curda. It goes from one test disc to another, and it's really well recorded, and it's also record that I'd call probably raw, because you'll hear not only accordion and other instruments, but also you'll hear that sound of buttons on the instruments and other things like that, and of course it gives you even more sense of realism. To experience it fully, you of course need something wired, but for the true wireless segment, these earphones deliver it pretty nice with good sense of live realism and with good emotions. Treble also a bit reconstructed because the extension is above average. Of course, nothing like layering, but I'm not sure if it's possible via current state of Bluetooth development at all. But nice, really viable overtone saturation, slightly, and treble is slightly on energetic side to add a bit of more airness, more lightness, which suits pretty well for some music recorded with treble and overtones in mind. If you're treble sensitive, maybe you'll need to reduce high frequencies on equalizer, but if you're a fan of the treble, you'll enjoy it. And example here is it's Fourplay Moonjogger, like classical HD track sample track with really well recorded instruments, and here you'll hear guitar solos, some keyboard parts with proper record, and it go to the high frequency area, giving you that nice ear tickling sense of like realistic music, or how to call it, like exquisite music. So nice performance overall. Speaking about the comparisons, of course it stands above other models I've reviewed. There are a lot of actually models in this segment now. I didn't test them, so I've heard some good feedback about Audio-Technica. I don't remember some model about Bang & Olufsen and some other companies that went into the high-end segment for the true wireless models, of course, as much as it's possible for true wireless. But compared to all other models, including the most expensive ones I've tested, like Sony, Sennheiser, Apple, and so on, this one stands aside a bit because they went not to the fun side, but like more realistic. Compared to the first version, here is the noticeable step forward. Like, for example, you'll get much more loudness limit. They can go pretty loud if you'd like that. And also here you'll get more palpable, more realistic bass compared to the first version, and also noticeably better treble performance. So speaking about first Devialet, with other models I already said that this one for me is the most realistic one, and in terms of sound probably I'd prefer them most of all. And in terms of noise cancelling, it's not the greatest one, it's still a bit behind, like I don't know what we've got, Bose and Sony, but still a pretty good amount of cancelling, working better with low frequency noise, and transparency mode is also pretty usable. Not as good as AirPods Pro, but pretty close to them, so really nice transparency mode, I like it. So to summarize everything, of course price is a bit high and refreshing, but it's the price you pay to get better sound quality, and so it's a matter of what do you want to achieve. Either you want to get the best price to quality ratio, and then it's not Gemini 2, or if you want to get like closer to absolute best, then it's a really good choice. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course don't forget to have a great day.